Hi, my name is Seth Bolen. I'm a sophomore in mechanical engineering at Iowa State from Clinton, Iowa.
My name is Shawn. I'm majoring in mechanical engineering at Iowa State, and I'm from Rochester, Minnesota.
My name is Pauline. I'm a sophomore studying supply chain management and marketing here at Iowa State, and I'm from Zhejiang, China.
My name is and I'm a sophomore majoring in animal science, and I'm from Belvedere, Illinois.
India has a population of 1.4 billion people, which is the second most populated country in the world, and is estimated to be the world's most populous country by 2050. With 28 states and 7 territories, India has a range of diverse cultures throughout the country. It is known as the second largest English-speaking country. India is an example of a high-context culture, which means they communicate in ways that are implicit and rely heavily on context. Today, leadership styles are changing. The caste system still has a presence within Indian leadership and the culture despite being discontinued. Although a clear hierarchy may be in place, leaders also focus on employee empowerment. Globe has been a resource that focuses on understanding cultures and leadership. There are some important things their research has discovered, but it is also important to note that this research is slightly outdated, but will be updated in the near future.
In recent history, India has experienced the consequences of the absence of a centralized education system. This forced families to seek better education at private schools if they could afford it. This left behind the lower class, insinuating a life sentence of unemployment and poverty, which adds to the already 21% of the population who are below the poverty line. Currently, the government has been reforming education and focusing on academic achievement to better equip the next generation so they have the skills and knowledge necessary to be successful. So far, research has shown promising improvement. With that, there is also a disconnect between companies and potential employers due to that lack of employability in younger graduates and those who are already unemployed.
India faces several adaptive problems that come about from overpopulation. Although this can be threatening to the Indian culture, it can provide a lot of opportunities for growth. With overpopulation, a major issue that India currently faces is unemployment and unskilled workers. We see it as our responsibility to try and lift India's large group of unemployed workers out of unemployment. The largest barrier for those trying to be employed is not lack of available jobs. It is that they do not hold the skills to fill those jobs. There are unskilled and unemployed workers who want to work but don't have the means to. Students are lacking a career-focused education, adding to an unskilled labor force. Therefore, we chose our adaptive solution to be educating unskilled workers, which will prevent unemployment.
So now that we have told you what we want to do, we have to provide you with how we want to do it. Our solution that we came up with as a team is that we should implement a trade school within India. The trade school would have educational routes for dealers, mechanics, operators, factory support, and then it would also have built in within it R&D. This would be a 5-year investment for Vermeer. The teachers we would love to have be retirees that would volunteer their time for the first year. The reason we chose retirees is because retirees have seen what industry requires, they've worked on large and small projects, and they have channels to employers that our graduates could call upon. These same individuals fully understand policy and licensure for projects. The first year, it would be completely volunteer for participants, and there would only be in existence 1 or 2 of the routes, maybe mechanics and operators. The second year, we would further develop the curriculum for the courses and the routes, and we would receive industry feedback based upon our first class. The third year, we would launch all the routes and try to gain funding from industry and the government through subsidies and also through investments to educate a workforce going into a certain given company. The fourth year, we would train and educate key policymakers and political figures on industry needs and infrastructure generation principles, which are seen widely across the globe.
In conclusion, we see this as a major opportunity for Vermeer to make a difference. This adaptive challenge and solution incorporates the values of Vermeer known as the 4 Ps: principle, people, products, and profit. This is a chance for Vermeer to give back provide people with opportunity within the community, promote products, and ultimately make a profit. By establishing this trade school, Vermeer increases its presence in a rapidly growing region of the world that has an increasing demand for its products.